Okay, so now that you've created your Disney Ads account, the next thing you're going to want to do is add brands to that account. Now, a brand is essentially a client. So if you've got the agency portal open, you can have multiple clients inside there, which they refer to as brands. So if you've got a doctor, a dentist, and a lawyer, that would be 3 brands inside of your account. So take a look at this video and see exactly how to do that. And again, any questions, let us know. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do before we start to run campaigns is to set up the brands that are inside of our campaign account. Now, you'll notice here that there's a box up here. This is where your brands live. And if you click on this drop down, if you've added any brands, they're all going to be listed here. Right now, yours is probably going to be blank. But what these brands do is these are your clients. So the reason they call it brands is you may be one business that has a variety of different brands that you're going to advertise for. But in our case, for the most part, this is going to be clients. So each client that you get is going to be a brand inside of your ad manager. So the way that we add brands is actually a little bit weird. You actually go over to your name on the right-hand side, click on that and hit Account Management. And inside here, you're going to see there's a button for brands. Click on this, and this is where your brands are going to be listed. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hit Add Brand, and this is where you put in the brand name. So in this case here, I might put the brand name Larry's Giant Subs. That's a company that we're attempting to work with right now, so I'm going to throw that in there. The industry, you're going to come in here and look for the industry that makes the most sense. Now, in our case here, we are food and snacks, but you can see there's a lot of different things in here, from entertainment to consumer credit cards and real estate, employment, legal, financial services, etc., etc., etc. Okay, also there's restaurants in here, which may also fit for us here. I'm going to call it restaurants casual instead, okay? Now, does it really matter what category you choose or what industry? Not really, but we're going to put that in there. Now, down here is your billing. So what I recommend is that for each client, you get billing information that you can add to this account, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to have you put in your credit cards and pay for it and then hope that the client pays you back. Now, if they're paying you up front, that's a different story. But depending on your strategy and how you want to work with the clients, you're probably going to want to have them put a card in there so that way they are directly charged. But there are some strategies where, for instance, if you're getting paid up front a large sum, you may not want to have their credit card in there, because then they're going to see exactly what Hulu's charging. And, you know, sometimes it's better to say, listen, your account, it's going to cost you $5,000, or it's going to cost you $10,000 or $2,000, whatever it happens to be. And they don't see what actually goes to Hulu, so that your markup isn't questioned later. So there are some different options for that. But what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, you're going to find the account that you want to add to that. In this case here, I'm going to choose this one. Okay, and that will have a credit card that's attached to that. So anything that's run is going to be run through that card. So again, if you want your client to pay for it, make sure that you get a card that you can put on file for them. Okay, and so then all we're going to do is hit Add Brand. Okay, and you can see it says Success, and now your brand should be in here. Larry's Giant Subs. There it is. It's active. If we click on this here, you can see that it's all inside of there. And now it should also show up in your drop down here, and there it is. So if we click on Larry's Giant Subs, that's going to take us to our campaign area. And now once we have these guys in, we can start to do a campaign, which is what we're going to talk about in the next video. So head on over there and we'll show you exactly how to set that up.